Warning: viewer discretion is advised when watching these videos. A lot of the content may not be suitable for young children. I advise coming here on the channel with logic and sound reasoning in order to be able to retain most of the information that comes off of these videos. Thank you for your time. Now let's begin.
You can't stop fucking with my ass! Stop fucking with my ass!
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Serious Inner Temple Spiritual Network. We're back at it with another video. I told you guys I'd be back, didn't I? And you know what? Because a lot of you guys were very, very patient. I'll be making a second video tonight after this one, so you get two videos. See, I told you guys. You just got to be patient. That's all. What are we talking about today? I know. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. It's been a month and some change and stuff like that. Almost damn near 2 months. So it's about a month and a half. And I've taken time off, but as you can see, I'm definitely putting in work, as you can clearly see. And we're going to be talking about minerals and the Earth's natural minerals and resources and the importance of them. You know, because I know a lot of people don't understand the true importance of this and dealing with ourselves as well in the mix. And as you can clearly see, you see our people, our carbon dated people, in the four corners of the screen here. There's an importance to that. We're going to be talking about this, so I hope you guys got your popcorn or your drink, ready, or whatever it is that you do. Some of you guys smoke bud. What it is, what it is. I hope you guys have whatever it is ready, so that way you can sit down and take in this hot plasma here that I got for y'all. So how have you guys been doing? I hope you guys have been doing great. I'm doing fine myself, and I'm definitely here to let you guys know that I will be definitely uploading two videos tonight, and had a lot of interesting stuff going on. Had a lot of people hit me up in the emails, people calling me and all that and whatnot. And, it's all good because in the end, we're all going to get out of this situation. As you guys well know, you know, this up and coming autumn, it's going to be a very, it's, it's going to be a very, very interesting time of the year. We're getting closer to that time now because we're in the arc cycle of Aquarius. As you can clearly see, it's a Sirius Inner Temple Aquarius age. This will most likely be the last season of Sirius Inner Temple due to what's coming. And if you don't know what's coming, I suggest you do some more research. These orcs already know what time it is on the planet. And very soon, everything that I've been saying is already about to happen. People are already seeing it now. Now they want a so-called cashless society. And where that goes in connection with this video here. They're talking about they want a cashless society. Now they want Walmart to go cashless. Now they want Pizza Hut to go cashless. And notice, none of the fiat currency that we got out here is connected to gold. None of it's connected to gold. I mean, I mean, think about it. This society has been in debt since it's been in debt since for a very long time. Since these elites have been in power, they wanted this society to go in a reverse mode so that way they could do a cashless society, because what they want to do is implement this RFID chip into your body. And a lot of people that are so asleep out here, they're so asleep to the point they don't even know the dangers of what's going on out here. Okay, they don't even know the dangers of what's going on out here. People are gonna they want to take this chip into their bodies willingly, and they think it's just a joke and nothing's gonna happen and all this. This is dealing with energies as well, because only carbon dated people can keep getting energy sucked out of them and they keep on replenishing. Orcs cannot keep doing that for very long. They will die off. And this is why 666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, dealing with the carbon dated matter world, we're dealing with carbon. Outer dimensional dark matter in a physical state called carbon. Your condensed sunlight. And your sunlight children, your sun children, your so-called black people all over the planet, y'all play a role into this because they want to use you as a resource out here. You see the pictures here. You see your gold. You see a treasure chest filled with all kind of gold and rubies and diamonds. You see the rubies up there. You see the diamonds over here. You see the silver over there next to the pharaoh and his queen. You see the copper. You see all this copper pennies and copper wires and stuff like this. And you notice this copper is actually very, very expensive. And see, the thing is, I used to work at a construction site one time. I used to do security for them. This is years ago. And I noticed that They would have the gates locked up, and they would have it in such a way to where they didn't want anyone coming in because they didn't want the copper to be stolen. They know the importance of copper. They just don't want to tell you the true value of it. Copper, see, copper is actually, people don't even realize this. Copper is actually, it has more, believe it or not, it has more value than gold. And they don't tell you this. You guys think that your gold has more value, and I'm not saying gold doesn't have value, but when we're talking about, see, they got things switched up out here because they don't want you guys to know what's really going on. See, what I'm ultimately trying to tell you is that this copper is a higher grade of gold. That's why it has the tone that it has to it. And I'm not saying gold isn't great, because it is, but well, in ancient times, you see our people how we're dressed. You see a lot of people say, "Oh, you guys used to wear a lot of jewelry back then." This is true. I even told what's his name? I even told Dave Bass over there. I told him, Jared, I told him about how we wore a lot of, because he noticed, he sees these pictures. He's like, you guys wear a lot of jewelry, and this is true. I tried to tell him we used a lot of copper, you know, but yes, this is true. This is mostly true. You're right. We use a lot of silver, a lot of gold, a lot of diamonds, rubies, different gems, emerald, sapphire. We use all of the abundant resources of Tiamat here, or Kai, or Terra. We use the resources of this of plane of existence. We use the resources to our benefit. See, because as carbonated folk, as carbonated beings, our bodies, our energy meridians, or your so-called chakras, they vibrate at certain frequencies. They hum as well. They have their own frequencies, and whichever one is the strongest in your body, that's what gives off the aura on your body. We're gonna talk about auras later on, but this is the thing: is we wore this so-called jewelry, or these diamonds, and we wore all this gold on our bodies as clothing, in a way, because not only did the gold help reflect the sunlight and keep us cool, but at the same time, you see, in the pyramids, that wasn't a gold tip, there was a copper tip on the pyramid. See, sunlight is also electrical, and copper is a very good conductor for electricity. I don't know if you guys realize that. Why do you think it's used in all your appliances for your light bulbs and all this other stuff? Copper is extremely useful. Okay? And see, all these all of these minerals that come from the earth here, on the planet here that we live on, all these minerals, us as carbonated people, we have these minerals in our organs. They're not telling you the differences between you and these orcs out here. What is your orcs? Your so-called mankind, your white folks, and your Asians, your Dravidians, your Arabs, you know, Mexicans, El Salvadorians, and all these other ones. If they're not of carbon blood, they're the orcs on the planet, and their blood is like sewage for the most part. They need blood transfusions from us to keep their asses alive. See, all this mineral resources, we used a lot of we used a lot of them as like tuning forks. We put a lot of copper pipes and lead pipes and titanium and silver pipes into the ground to create portal gateways on the planet. See, this planet is so vast and giant and beautiful, and it was very hard for certain people to get to certain locations in time to prepare for doing certain things, like certain rituals and traditions and certain things we had to do. So what we did, we used to use these UFOs to fly around and stuff like this, these so-called spaceships and stuff like this. But at the same time, if you look in your Giza pyramids or whatever, you will see pictures of helicopters, submarines, planes, you know, so-called motor vehicles, or the cars and stuff. We already knew about this technology. But eventually, we started digging into ourselves through meditation so much that eventually we realized that we carry the information on how to build higher vehicles, vehicles that hum and hover over the ground, that can actually fly around and stuff like this. And eventually, we started going so advanced to the point that we were literally able to suck in energy from the pyramid's copper tip into the spaceship. We literally took in, and we had other beings from other sectors of the galaxies, coming down and sucking up that energy from the pyramid tip into their spacecraft in order to do intergalactic stellar travel. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these jewels carry certain dark energies within them that, if harnessed properly, you can do the most amazing things. You can make weapons out of these things. People don't even realize it. You have listen. See, another thing is the fact that, see, when we put all these pipes into the ground, we use, like, for example, your quartz crystals, even your regular crystals. Well, your quartz crystals carry dark energy in them. Your lapis lazuli, your organite, your black obsidian. Well, what is obsidian? And many others. Your tiger eye and all these other ones, especially your quartz crystals as well. We did something to where we tried to wrap certain, like, copper. We wrapped certain types of wires around it, a lot of thick copper wire, and we tried to use. We either used our bodies or we used a power source of electricity to charge up that crystal. And when that crystal was charged up to its maximum point, it would shine as if it had light coming out of it. We made certain types of on the ground. We dug into the ground with shovels and stuff like this, and we put these crystals into, like, a mechanism to where the crystal's dark energy and electricity would power up the wires going into the machine called a portal. And we had a lot of these around. It wasn't just one. Like your Easter Island, we had portals there. Okay. Now listen. When we did this, we used more than one crystal. We used real big crystals too. All right. And it's always best to have the crystals, double edged. What they call double edged, because it conducts the energy better. When we put these crystals in, we was able to use so much dark energy and electricity that the portals would literally turn on. We had different types of technologies that we used as well. Understand what I'm saying? See, and a lot of you guys don't even realize this, but if you tap into yourselves, you can actually figure out how y'all did this. Because some of you guys were very much into technology. See, not only do we have these beautiful mineral resources on our planet, but we're also a resource to these orcs. And they want to use us in the same way that we use these mineral resources. They even trying to use our organs to create weapons. Where do you guys think you get your railgun from? Your railgun, your laser gun, and all this other stuff from? On this planet here, and different types of technologies is coming from your organs. They're finding a way to try to convert your organs into weaponry to fight against you. It's fucking insane. That's why they do so much organ harvesting and organ trafficking. You understand? Most of the people that are in these caskets are not, that are supposed to be in these caskets. They're not in there. Okay, their bodies have already been taken. Okay, all right, all right. So understand. This is why in ancient times we kept the organs of our deceased and loved ones behind, and we put them in certain gourds, and we put them inside certain gourds and certain types of organ holders. We put them inside, and we were actually able to use our own organ energy. And these organs had remnants and leftover organ energy from the deceased person who died. We were able to connect ourselves with the individual and be able to talk to them from the fifth, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth, and infinite dimensions. We were able to talk to the individual to communicate with them while they were in the higher realms, while we were down here. This is why your Egyptian Book of the Dead is so important. We understood death. We understood that there was life after death. And we understood the mechanisms and the importance of this. We understood that there was more to this realm than meets the eye. This is part of the reason why these idiots like Napoleon that shot off the nose of the Sphinx and all this, they tried to blow up the Giza pyramids and it didn't work. because the way we built the pyramids, we built it. We didn't build it from the bottom up. We built it from the top down, and we used telekinesis, and we used extremely high forms of geometry and our own way of understanding after the creator gave us the intellect on how to do so. You understand? It was your Atlanteans for the most part that built these pyramids. Okay? See, here's the thing. I'm trying to find a way to say this. Now, you had, hmm, see, people don't even realize this. You see, your all these jewels that we got, all these precious jewels and diamonds. See, people don't understand where they come from. Let me tell you the origins of where these jewels and beautiful resources and stuff come from. Believe it or not, I don't know if you guys actually know this. Very long time ago, when Tiamat or Terra or Kai, fire and energy, this planet was created. Very long time ago, we had certain gods, these ones that we call Anunnaki or Anunnaki. We had our giant brothers and sisters, our, we had these giant beings and even Nephilim, giant carbon dated people who came on the planet and they walked beside the so-called dinosaurs and stuff like this. Okay, and at this time, this is why you could find footprints next to a dinosaur and stuff like. We'll talk about this later. On the planet here, they used giant shovel-like tools, and they dug into the ground. And when they dug into the ground, what ended up happening is anytime they needed to defecate or literally, they had to, use the bathroom and do it number two. They had to defecate. They had to take it, they had to take a mean one, they had to take a damn dump. People don't understand is that the gods actually shit gold. See, you don't, yeah, I don't understand. See, everything that comes from us can be powered through nature. Everything that comes from, I'm literally serious. Some of y'all want to laugh right now. This is serious. The government to this very day knows that all these resources come from our bodies. I'm talking about billions and billions of years ago. I'm talking about when there was nobody here but the gods. They defecated. A lot of these giant ones made giant holes in the ground, and they defecated, and then they put, because they had these toilet like tools that they used for their size, obviously, and they defecated. And of course, after they defecated, they sealed up the hole or whatever the case was that was in the ground. And we're talking about a giant hole in the ground. These are huge people. Some of these guys are 60 feet, 90 feet tall. I'm so serious. And when they defecated in the ground, that manure, that shit, like they say, over billions of years, it started to, because of the sunlight, because people don't even realize that the sun's energy penetrates through everything. Okay, this is why they're talking about ultraviolet, radiation. They're talking about that. They have your delta waves, and you have your epsilon waves, you have your delta waves, and those waves go through everything. It don't matter. It penetrate through your house. It don't matter. See how hot it's getting now, right? See, the thing is this is that that heat goes into the ground. How you think we get plant life and all this? The heat goes through the ground. It does. The ground may look very dense and stuff, but this light goes through practically anything, and it goes and penetrates into that. And with the light hitting that so-called waste or manure or whatnot, it starts to over time. It starts to change, and because of the ground, the resources of the ground, the soil connected with the sunlight and all that rainwater coming down into the ground, it starts to change its structure and it starts to turn into something we call gold. The gods do really do shit gold, people. And so do you so-called black people do. Even your Hispanics, all you ones with carbon, your Brazilians, your Guatemalans, your all you people, African American people. Yes, y'all like this. And to this day, when y'all use the bathroom, bro, I'm so serious. You got these orcs literally looking. They know where the path lines of where y'all live at, and they know, and they be trying to check y'all manure. And sometimes they actually find remnants of gold in your manure, in your bodily waste. Can you believe that? You guys have red and black gold in your organs, and you have all kinds of other types of you guys have different types of mineral resources in different organs. Like you guys know you have your highest form of copper in your heart. It's in your heart, people. You know what I'm talking about? A higher form of gold, copper. You have the highest amount of copper in your hearts. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This is why I'm telling you, these orcs know very well that we are not the same as them. This is real right here, man. When we talk about carbon crystallized, what is that? You have condensed sunlight turn into carbon and it's wrapped around your entire being, meaning you're crystallized just like these crystals out here. And when you do certain things, these crystals will become more apparent in your skin, and you won't look human. See, you're gonna start looking like a fucking alien, pretty much, because you see the thing is with carbon crystallization, to activate it at its optimum use, you need to be eating right, obviously. But not only that, I've been saying this for a long time. Anybody that's growing their hair out right now, like you brothers or any of you sisters, pick out your hair. If you have like 9 ether woolly hair, if you have that base woolly hair, pick it out. I need you to pick it out to the point that it's a full grown out afro. It should be around 4 to 5 inches. We're talking about a lot of hair in your head. When you pick it out, you pick it out perfectly. You're gonna start to notice that when you smile and when you walk around, you're gonna start noticing that the crystals in the skin are literally coming out like jewelry. People have already seen this. And they're like, what the hell's wrong with his skin? This is why in so-called slavery, they told you guys you had bad hair and to cut your hair off because they realized that there was a connection with your hair and that carbon because the hair is like an antenna and it picks up certain frequencies. And when it picks up these certain frequencies, the carbon gets activated at 100% use. Okay? And the carbon starts acting up. And then when the carbon starts acting up, it starts looking like these crystals, all shiny and glittery and shit. You can even see electricity moving throughout the skin. Okay? That shit does not look normal. You can see the crystals in the skin, literally coming out the skin. It looks like the person has crystallized skin. That's why they call it carbon crystallized. You guys are considered a resource on this planet. So much so that I'll be making a second part to this. I'm definitely gonna make a second part to this video. The second part won't be the video after. I'm gonna talk about a different topic after this video. But the one after that, when talking about this, I'm gonna make this a 2-part video. The second one of this video will probably come out maybe tomorrow or the next following day. The second video will be a different topic, but I'm gonna have to hit this topic again because I just realized something and I gotta talk about that. See, now here's the thing. Because we vibrate at certain frequencies as carbonated people, you're like I said before, you see how we used to wear gold. Okay, for example, you see this brother down here with the blue headdress and the one with the red and white headdress on the left bottom corner. He looks like he's showing him the pyramid and whatnot. It looks like the pharaoh's over there talking to his brother. See, you see how they're dressed? You see how they have the gold around their arms, around their wrists, on their on the chest plate. You know, they got the crown to protect the crown chakra, and they even have gold on their ankles, and possibly even on their shins as well, on their legs. The reason why we dress like this is because, see, copper, gold, silver, and stuff like this helps us to replenish organ energy after it's been used. For example, a lot of our people back then used to fly around. They used to use energy. They used to use electricity to power certain things up because we had light back then. Yes, we did. Look it up. Look it up. We had a lot of advanced technology, and sometimes we used our organ energy throughout the day, and we either ate food or We sat into meditation inside the pyramids that were organ generators in a form of sense, you know, because they're organ generators, they're energy generators. This is why that guy Sema told y'all about that he wants you guys to make organ or energy towers and stuff like that. I made one of my own. I'm gonna show you guys later on down the line on this channel what it looks like and stuff like this, how I built it. But yeah, it's an energy generator. These pyramids, and we would sit there into meditation and go into our past lives and all this or whatever we were doing, and it would charge us up at 100%. Not only did it do that, but it charged up our spacecrafts and other technologies as well. We also had water running underneath. We had currency and water running underneath the pyramid, and we had copper poles. Yes, copper poles and all kinds of titanium and silver poles and all this other stuff and gold poles in all four corners of the pyramids or whatever. Even in the middle, and we had the copper on the tippy top. Okay, all right. We built that shit from the top down. Don't let nobody tell you any different. Now your mastaba pyramids, those were built from bottom up. Most of your mastabas are pyramids that they look like they have a staircase going up. Those are called mastabas. The guy that invented that kind of pyramid, his name was what was the guy's name? Yeah, he was this one right. The guy's name was Imhotep. His name was Imhotep, and he was the pharaoh's right hand man at the time, and the pharaoh at that time was named Djoser. Yeah, they worked together to build the mastaba pyramids. Search it up. Fun fact for you. And see the way we dressed, it was also ordered into a to complement the energy leaving the body and replenishing energy. So if you wrap copper around your wrist, if you wear like in a crystal that never a crystal that never runs out of energy. A magnet. I used to tell you how to wear hematite magnets. Hope y'all still doing that. Hematite magnets never run out of energy because they're magnetic. See, when you wear hematite magnets, you're boosting up your frequency and you're boosting up your electromagnetic field around your body. It's feeding you. It's feeding you. It's making you stronger. It's making your energetic field stronger. It's making you healthier. It's making you more awake, and it's making you more connected to the energy meridians inside of you. Believe it or not, your energy meridians need to feed on something also. See, the way that we were built is that not only do we suck up energy from the planet and the sunlight and all those other resources on the planet, but our bodies naturally, without us even doing anything, our bodies naturally give out energy back to the plant life, to nature, to the planet, and the universe around us. We are not parasites. By nature, we were made to take and give back at the same time. Something orcs or the human race cannot do. Does that make sense? They cannot do that. Okay, you guys have a direct connection with nature, and they want to destroy nature. So via by proxy, they want to destroy you because you are nature walking around. You're literally trees walking around. You understand? We are not human. We are not the same as these people. Don't let. If anytime you hear somebody say, "Oh, we're the human race and we're all the same" and all that, cut them off, please. Either you let them know what it is and tell them what the truth is. They can't understand that. Cut them off because they're a waste of time. They're a waste of time and space. They just don't get it. Okay, we're the only people with this ancient history. We're the only people with this ancient history. They want to take it away from you. You see it every time. They make these gods of Egypt and all this other nonsense, and they put a bunch of orcs up there, and then they try to antagonize you, try to treat you like an idiot, and put one black guy up there, as if that makes a difference. They hate y'all so much. There's no way y'all could be them. They hate y'all so much. There's no way you could be humans like the rest of them. I mean, that much is obvious. And they very much fear y'all becoming these people again, which is your destiny. It is your destiny to become them. You understand? This is some of the reasons why we wear the jewelry and whatnot. This is part of the reason why we wear, we wore very uh silk, silk shirt, silk, you know, tunic or whatever. We dressed in a certain way because we understood that even the dressing style was connected to nature. You understand? All right. Okay. Also, you see, also the jewelry that you're wearing also helps keep you vibrating at 13 vibrations at all times. So if you wanted to go into inner earth, you could at any given time, because not only is the jewelry helping you to stay in that frequency, but like, a lot of these gems and stones have a spirit of their own, and you can hack and connect into them, and they actually help pull certain frequencies into you. Like lapis lazuli helps actually activate your pineal gland, your third eye. It helps you activate that. People are not even aware of this. You know, quartz and emerald stones work very well together. You understand? Sapphire is a stone of royalty. Why do you think the so-called Queen Elizabeth wears sapphire in her crown? They call that so-called royal blue. That's where you get that color, so-called called royal blue or whatever. Hmm? Everything means something, you guys. Everything means something. Don't get it twisted. You know, and the thing is this: with our carbon crystallized bodies, we literally have every single type of stone and crystal all over the universe and from different planets to make up our organs, our blood, and our bodies. Even our spiritual bodies are like this, also, just on a higher scale, because of course that's your etheric self. That's the true you. And dealing with these crystals and stuff like this, when we were creating these portals, I even got to dig into my own information. I know about these portals. I can just feel it. See, these portals, these portals would, it's like, let me explain this to you, because a lot of people don't even know how these portals work. When you jump into, have you ever seen that show called Stargate Enterprise? Hmm? Or like Back to the Future and stuff like that? Well, see, the way portals work is that, first of all, you have to line the portal up. Well, yeah, you got to line the portal up with another portal that's directly connected to it. You have to do it a certain way. The portal has to be directly connected to it, either through wires or through some kind of, like, you could call it Wi-Fi or Bluetooth type of function, to where the mechanism is directly connected to the other one that's a billion miles away, or possibly in another dimension. Yes. And when because I'm using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi for a lack of better words, it has a direct energetic connection with it, because you made them from the same type of materials, and they have a direct connection to one another. You have one that's the base one that's in front of you, that's been built. You have one that might be in a different location on the planet, or it might be in a different dimension. Now, see, when you get this thing turned on, you see these portals stay on for most of the time. They stay turned on because they connect it to the earth. We use the earth as, see, people don't even realize this. The surface of the earth can be used as a battery source. It can be used as a battery source. How do you think we built the pyramids on the earth and it's always turned on? To this very day, that shit's still turned on. I mean, it's not working as properly as it used to, but for the most part, it's still got its ancient properties and it's still turned on. This is why it cannot be destroyed by C4 and bombs and all this stuff. No, they gave up on that shit a long time ago when they realized they couldn't blow it up. We used, as ancient beings, we used the Earth's surface as a battery. Okay, We use that as a battery. We got all kind of different pipes that we put it in, and you got to be very careful with this now. See, if you're of carbon, still I would still suggest wearing some, some gloves that deal, that are some high power, high um resistant, electrically resistant gloves and stuff like this, because you don't want to shock yourself when you putting these pipes into the ground, because we're talking about putting these pipes deep in the ground, 6 feet deep, 10 feet deep, 12, 20 feet deep, 30 feet deep. We're talking about all the way down there, man. All right. And see, the thing is, if you're like an orc and you try this shit, you don't have any carbon to back you. You don't. By you doing this, you're probably gonna fry your ass alive. You're gonna probably fry yourself. Okay, because depending on how far this thing goes, the Earth can give you kickback, and if it gives you kickback, it'll burn your ass alive. You get electrocuted and get burned alive. You don't got no carbon in you. You know. So I wouldn't recommend orcs to be doing that. But hey, they do all kind of wild shit. Anyways, when we did this, we would literally go through the portal, and when the portal lit up, when we go through the portal, it's like we go inside water. It's like going inside the ocean. That's exactly what it feels like. And see, the thing is, it's almost like you entered into a different dimension, and it's like almost like you're in the ocean, but you're also in space at the same time. And you use the portal to go from one place to another in an extremely short amount of time, almost like nanoseconds. You end up in the other location. You traveled a gigantic distance within milliseconds, pretty much. That's how crazy this shit was back then. And we're gonna go back to that. Let's believe that. Well, our people are not gonna stay in this screwed up situation that we've been in for a long time. This is the arc cycle. This is the age of Aquarius, and this is where our people rise again. It's inevitable. They can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. It's inevitable. This is why you got people seeing all kind of activity going on in outer space. They don't want to talk about it. They'll give you little hints and stuff like that, but they'll never really tell you what the hell is going on out here. They refuse to, you know. See, when you wear the jewelry and stuff like this, it depending on where you're wearing it. See, what happens when we're getting filled up with orgone energy. Usually, what happens is that you're getting filled up from your feet up, from your feet up. But now, if you're wearing it on your arms and stuff like this, it's also supposed to start from like your fingertips all the way up into your arm and stuff like this. If you're wearing it on your chest, like a lot of these pharaohs and these kings do, it's gonna come from your like your almost close to like your midsection near your chi center, near like your splenic chakra or whatever, going up through your neck and stuff like this. You understand what I'm saying? You're filling yourself up with this energy, and then you notice when you finally get to 100% orgone, powered up, you know you notice that you have a lot more energy in your body to move things with your mind and do all kind of stuff, because it's like you using a battery to power yourself up. But by you using this battery to power yourself up, you're also by nature, you're also powering up nature as well. So it's almost like nature's powering you up, and then you're powering nature up just by existing and doing what you normally do on an every day-to-day basis. So when I say that the carbonated people on this planet are extremely vital to nature's existence and survival, I really mean that. We got to go back to how we were. We have to go back to everything we was doing, because this cannot stay like this. This world don't make sense no more, so it's got to go. And people want me to talk about other planets and stuff like that. I'm gonna get on that. But at the same time, understand we got a limited amount of time, because what's coming is coming. I can only make so many videos, you know. And I know a lot of people want to see videos and stuff like this, but at the same time, you got to be patient. right now, with the energy kickback that's being given on the atmosphere right now, we're going to see a lot of people fainting out here and a lot of people gasping for air and stuff like this. Okay? Cashless society, see, they want to take your orgone energy from you. You so-called carbon-dated people. Orcs can only give up so much energy before they die. It might take a while for them to die, but eventually they're going to die off. Because they can't give back energy to nature. They can only take. They can't give back none. They can't give back nothing for the most part. They can't. And see, when they die off, you'll be left here by yourselves, and because we recycle our energy, we do it unconsciously. It's like subconscious. It's like beyond subconscious. It's part of what we do. Even in the astral realm, when we die, if we get killed in a war or something happens, after maybe 50 years, 100 years, maybe even 1,000 years, whatever how long years it takes, or whatever how many energy cycles it takes for you to come back, eventually your energy ends up recycling itself, and you end up coming back. Because we're supposed to be immortal beings at the end of the day. You understand? You understand? And we use these jewels as tools to power ourselves up and power up nature around us, because we were building nature up. We were building her up. And as we built her up, she got stronger from that. She got stronger from that. See, now that the ley lines have been removed, and now the system has no power, no energy, none of this so-called orgone energy or whatever you want to call it. They don't have no more of this energy powering up their systems. The system is literally eating itself alive like a cancer. And you're seeing every place want to go cashless now. And now when the fiat currency is not even backed by gold, it's not backed by anything. Your dollar bills are going to become worthless, useless. And all this gold and silver and all this other stuff that they talk about has some type of monetary value. See, when we saw this stuff, we didn't look at it from I got to get this money and all this other stuff. No, we didn't look at it that way. We didn't look at it that way. We used it for what we needed to use it for. We understood that it was precious. And we didn't abuse it either. We used it for what we needed. And we were allowed to use it as much as we liked because we came from nature. It was our birthright to own everything from the lands. And you got the kings and the queens who were the keepers of the gold and all this other stuff. They were the keepers and they pretty much owned the stuff because they had the sovereign right to rule because it's their birthright. They were in control of most of these resources. You know what I'm saying? And see, because we plant food in the ground and stuff like this, the food carries certain, like, believe it or not, lettuce and tomatoes and all this stuff, they carry a small form of dark energy to them because they have a shard of light energy all within them. That's how they were able to grow. And see, right now, you got these people creating all this GMO food and stuff like this because they can't eat the light particles that's in the food because it's killing them. Okay? These orcs is killing them. So they want to make GMO food that's not grown through nature. It doesn't come from the ground. It doesn't come from sunlight. It doesn't come from any of that. And they eating that stuff to try to survive. It's the end of the system, man. It's the end of the system. This thing is about to be wrapped up very soon. You understand what I'm saying? And also for these people that's out here seeing what's going on, I mean, right now, you know, eventually they're gonna have to give up all these precious crystals and stuff that they so-called own. Because they don't own any of this shit. Stolen. Everything that they got out here is stolen. Everything that they're using out here is stolen. It don't belong to them. They're gonna have to give up everything, whether they want to or not. Because it don't belong to them. Okay? They came here to gain to make you a resource and to take the resources from the planet. That's what they came here for. And now they realizing the planet's not a safe place for them, and there's no escape for the most part. I mean, they could try to go through portals in those mountains or whatever. They could try to do that, but we're gonna come after them regardless. What's got to happen's got to happen. It is what it is. This is a little bit on, you know, mineral resources, the planet, its usages, what it's used for. We even used ancient tradition and used some of these stones to conjure up spirits, to conjure up, certain energies that we needed for our best benefit. Understand? Understand? I mean, did we have like so-called monetary system or whatever? Not definitely not like what you're seeing here with this paper money and stuff like this. Worthless. We did trades. We had agreements and partnerships. We did trades for certain things that we wanted because we wanted to live good. It was all about convenience and for us to benefit through convenience. We shared a lot of things. You understand? We used things in a different way. We looked at this stuff in a different way. We didn't look at it as money. Oh, it's money. No, we didn't look at it like that. We used it properly and we benefited greatly from it, I might add. It was so abundant. You could find the stuff on the ground. We would build so many sculptures and all kind of beautiful stuff. And we would use this stuff to power certain types of tools that we built, like your so-called portals and stuff like that. We used technologies and tools and machines. Also, yes, we built a lot of robots and machines, and we use this stuff to power them up. Also, through the same thing I said, we use that copper wire. We try to power it up. We try to power up your crystal like a battery. It's like a battery, you know. I hope that this was informative, and I hope that you learned a little. You took a little something from this video. If you didn't know, now you know. Hmm? Please tell me what you guys think. Yeah, and all these places that's hoarding up all this, all these resources and stuff like this. We're gonna have to take all that stuff back. Like a lot of these, like other beings, they came here for resources and stuff like this that we were friends with, and a lot of these beings, they would use like the gold, and they would turn it into like a compound for like almost like dust, and they would spray it around their planet to try to keep the planet cool, and they would put this gold around their spaceships for them to be able to do higher interstellar space travel and stuff like this, so that the metals and stuff like this wouldn't get burnt or damaged from the dark matter energy, because it's hot up there, and not all beings can take that heat. We can take the heat. In fact, it feels like a cool breeze to us. We don't even feel it. You don't even really see us sweating. But for some other beings that are not carbon dated, they need to use this gold and certain resources to be able to make life more livable for them. And of course, we agreed because we were friends with them. And that was some of the benefits that some of these other higher beings that got with us, because they knew that we had abundant resources and we loved to share because we were loving people. You know what I'm saying? You know? And of course, we could do the same thing, but at the same time, we didn't really need protection from nothing. You know? These Orgone energy towers and pyramids will be built again. That's for damn sure. Best believe that. Though. You can count on it. You can count on it. All right? You can count on it. Okay? Because enough is enough. We got to go back to the way things were before. All right? So this is your boy, Sirius Inner Temple, and I'm about to sign off. You guys let me know what you guys think below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Peace. Sirius out.